walls are closing in, painted in a shade of gray, counting every second of the life we threw away. I'm sitting in the corner where we used to dance so slow. Now I'm just a witness to the fire turn to the snow. The ink is drying out on the letters I won't send. Just a tragic story with a bitter, lonely end. I'm screaming in a vacuum where the sound just disappears, building up a fortress out of all these wasted years. Now I'm alone with my thoughts and they're screaming your name, searching for the spark but only finding the flame. It's a crowded room of ghosts and they're all looking like you, telling me the lies that I believed were true. Locked in a prison where the door is wide open, alone with my thoughts and a heart that's still broken, and a heart that's still broken. I see you in the steam on the bathroom mirror pane. I hear your laughter echoing inside the falling rain. My shadow is the only one that's walking by my side. Nowhere left to run and nowhere left to hide. I'm digging through the ashes of the us I used to know, learning how it feels when you finally let go. Did you take the pieces of my soul for a souvenir? 'Cause I'm feeling hollow while the static's all I hear. One minute you're my oxygen, the next I'm out of breath. Losing you is slow, like a million little deaths, yeah. Ooh, yeah, I'm alone with my thoughts and they're screaming your name, searching for the spark but only finding the flame. It's a crowded room of ghosts and they're all looking like you, telling me the lies that I believed were true. Locked in a prison where the door is wide open, alone with my thoughts and a heart that's still broken, and a heart that's still broken. Just me and the echoes now, thinking about what we had, left with the silence, so alone. The key still turns in the lock, same click as before you left. Only sound in this quiet house is the sigh of my own breath. I rearrange the furniture, try to rearrange my mind, but every corner of this room is a memory you left behind. You said that maybe we'd be happy if we just weren't side by side, that the love we built had nowhere left to run to, nowhere left to hide. Maybe you were right, maybe I was wrong, maybe this is where a broken heart belongs. But the silence is a symphony, a constant drum, and I keep telling myself I'm better off alone, better off to pick the pieces up, better off to mend than hold on to a broken love that refuses to transcend. Yeah, I'm better alone. I found your old gray sweater folded in the bottom drawer, and the smell of you hit me so hard I crumbled to the floor. Tears I thought had long since dried burned past across my face. self-deception whispered low with all my fate in mind. How can being without you ever be a better way to be, when every part of who I am screams that you're meant for me? Maybe you were right, maybe I was wrong, maybe this is where a broken heart belongs. But the silence is a symphony, a constant drone, and I keep telling myself I'm better off alone, better off to pick the pieces up, better off to mend than hold on to a broken love that refuses to transcend. Yeah, I'm better alone. They say strength is in the moving, learning how to fight. But my strength is just surviving the unending lonely night. I keep repeating the title like a prayer I truly mean, hoping if I say it enough, it changes the scene. I'm better alone, I'm better alone, I'm better alone. I allow my lips keep speaking from a makeshift throne. Maybe you were right, maybe I was wrong, maybe this is where a broken heart belongs. But the silence is a symphony, a constant drone, and I keep telling myself I'm better off alone, better off to pick the pieces up, better off to mend than hold on to a broken love that refuses to transcend. Yeah, I'm better alone, better alone. But it hurts so bad, the best worst lie I ever had. Better alone. Yeah, better alone. Cool. I hit the button on the folder labeled us in a digital cloud of pixelated dust. 4,000 memories reduced to a bar that says calculating time for how far gone we are. I watched the little circle spin around and round, deleting every sunset, every secret we had found. The screen went white, a blank and hollow stare, and I told my heart there's nothing left of you in there. But the cash is still heavy and the drive is still warm, and I'm looking for your shadow in the middle of the storm. I cleared the history, I emptied out the bin, but I can't find the toggle for the state I'm in. 'Cause you're deleted, but you're not really gone. You're the phantom vibration in the middle of the dawn. I scrubbed the hard drive and I broke every link, but I'm still drowning in the spaces where I don't wanna think. The data is missing, the thumbnails are black, but there's a ghost in the motherboard that's calling me back. Yeah, the system is empty, but the spirit is drawn to the truth that you're deleted, but you're never really gone. I see the available space has grown by a lot, but it's just a bigger room for the things I forgot. I went to the gallery to find a simple view, and my thumb swiped right, looking for a glimpse of you. The phone says no results, it says 0 items found, but I still hear your laughter in the background of the sound of every other song that's playing on the street. Every line of but I still see you. Connection lost, but I still feel you. I've cleared the screen, I've dimmed the light, but you're the only thing glowing in the middle of the night. Delete it, delete it, but I'm still holding on. I'm standing on a fire escape, watching the skyline bleed into a hazy shade of orange that no one really needs. The taxi horns are wailing down on 7th Avenue, but they're just a muffled echo of the way I'm missing you. I take a long, slow breath of the heavy winter air. It tastes like soot and rubber in a sudden, sharp despair. For a North Star through the smog and through the light, but the city's too ambitious to let me see the night. The brick is cold against my back, the iron's turning gray, like the color of the promises that started to decay. I try to blow a cloud of breath into the freezing dark, but there isn't any fire left to catch a single spark. It's just city smoke and misery, rising from the street where the concrete meets the heartbreak, and the two of them compete. I'm breathing in the shadows of a love that's gone to ash, watching 2020 switch go by in a neon hollow flash. Yeah, the sirens are a lullaby for a heart that's lost its way in a town that never sleeps enough to dream of yesterday. Just a lonely drifting vapor in a sky of steel and glass. City smoke and misery, waiting for the pain to pass. I see the people down below, they're moving fast and small. Hurry up and waiting to be nothing at all. I wonder if they carry bags as heavy as my own, or if I'm the only one who feels this crowded and alone. Your name is written in the ground, upon the window pane, tracing out the letters just to feel the ghost of rain. The subway rumbles underneath, a tremor in the floor, like the slamming of the heart you don't live in anymore. It's just city smoke and misery, rising from the street where the concrete meets the heartbreak, and the two of them compete. I'm breathing in the shadows of a love that's gone to ash, watching 2026 go by in a neon hollow flash. Yeah, the sirens are a lullaby for a heart that's lost its way in a town that never sleeps enough to dream of yesterday. Just a lonely drifting vapor in a sky of steel and glass. City smoke and misery, waiting for the pain to pass. You're a skyscraper I can't climb, a bridge I shouldn't cross, the blueprint of my victory and the record of my loss. I'll throw the cigarette away and watch the cherry glow until it hits the pavement 6 stories down below. It flickers out in silence, it vanishes in gray, just like the way you chose to simply walk away. quickly, but it isn't bringing you. Just another day of breathing, smogging in the blur, forgetting who I am, remembering who we were. City smoke, and misery. The whiskey bottle's half empty, the room is spinning slow. My fingers trace the glass rings where you held your drinks, you know. The silence here is deafening, fills up every single space. So I fill it with the sound of you, the memory of your face. I know I shouldn't be here, soaking in the bitter past, but the present's just a nightmare that moves along too fast. And I'm drunk on memories, stumbling through the time we used to keep, pouring out the good times just so I can fall asleep. The liquor burns my throat, but the truth burns even worse, that the only way to feel you is to keep rehearsing this curse. Yeah, I'm drunk on memory, completely blacked out on our love, wishing you were real here, not just a ghost from up above. I put your old records on, the needle starts to scratch, every song a chapter of a love we couldn't match. I laugh out loud at jokes you told, a lonely hollow sound, and raise my glass to your reflection that I think I just found. In the window pane reflecting the mess I've made of me, can't face the sober reality that you're never coming back to me. And I'm drunk on memories, stumbling through the time we used to keep, pouring out the good times just so I can fall asleep. The liquor burns my throat, but the truth burns even worse, that the only way to feel you is to keep rehearsing this curse. Yeah, I'm drunk on memory, completely blacked out on our love, wishing you were real here, not just a ghost from up above. My head is spinning, stomach's turning, but I can't put down the train. This artificial happiness, the only way I think. I know tomorrow morning I'll regret the taste and the sting, but tonight, in this delusion, you're still my everything. It's a temporary fix for a permanent break. And I'm drunk on memories, stumbling through the time we used to keep, pouring out the good times just so I can fall asleep. The liquor burns my throat, but the truth burns even worse, that the only way to feel you is to keep rehearsing this curse. Yeah, I'm drunk on memory, completely blacked out on our love, wishing you were real here, not just a ghost from up above. Drunk on memory, can't set myself free, just you and the bottle and me, forever a slave to the memory. tracing outlines where you used to lie. Now it's just a hollow space, a ghost against the sky. I'm reaching out at 3 a.m., catching only air, forgetting for a second that you're no longer there. The scent of your vanilla silk is fading from the sheet, like a melody that's broken, playing on repeat. The silence is a heavy coat I can't seem to shed. Every shadow in this room is a word we left unsaid. In this empty bed, with a cold heart beating slow, I'm drowning in the secrets that I never let you know. The pillows are like mountains I can't seem to climb, just a prisoner of memory, a casualty of time. It's a wide open ocean, and I'm drifting far apart in this empty bed, with a broken, lonely heart. I'm walking through the hallways of a house that's not a home. Funny how a crowded mind can feel so much alone. I see your keys upon the hook, your coffee cup is stained, a portrait of a promise that was washed away by rain. I try to breathe the oxygen, but the air is thin and blue. Everything is beautiful, but nothing's right without you. Oh, I wonder if you're sleeping fine in a room that isn't ours. Do you ever see my face among the cold and distant stars? I'm shivering in the heat of what we used to be. Now the only thing that's touching me is the ghost of you and me. With a broken, lonely heart. So cold, the sheets are like ice now, baby. Just me and the echoes, empty bed, cold heart. Oh. I went through the boxes in the corner of the room, the artifacts of us that I've been hiding in the gloom. A ticket stub from 2024, a dried up rose from May, the heavy dusty wreckage of a life we threw away. I thought about the burning, I thought about the trash, but you can't turn the marrow of a memory to ash. So I put them back in order, like a museum of the blind, leaving every ghost of you exactly where I find. My sister says I'm morbid, that I'm living in the past, that I'm holding on to anchors when I should be moving fast. But these aren't just reminders of the way we fell apart. They're the only physical maps I have of the country of your heart. So I'm keeping all these scars as souvenirs, the salt of every season and the weight of all these years. I don't want a clean slate or a heart that's brand new, if it means I have to lose the part that still remembers you. Every ache is a landmark, every sting is a sign that for a little while in 22 you said you were actually mine. It's a lonesome kind of collection, but I'm over all my fears of living with these scars as souvenirs. There's a jagged little line across the palm of my left hand from the night we broke the bottle on the Jersey shoreline sand. It's faded to a silver now, a whisper on the skin, but I still feel the electricity of where we both began. And the silence in the hallway is a trophy on the shelf, a testament to how I learned to survive all by myself. I'm wearing every I'm sorry and every letting go, like a suit of armor made of things I didn't wanna know. Yeah, I'm keeping all these scars as souvenirs, the salt of every season and the weight of all these years. I don't want a clean slate or a heart that's brand new, if it means I have to lose the part that still remembers you. Every ache is a landmark, every sting is a sign that for a little while in 2020 space you were actually mine. It's a lonesome kind of collection, but I'm over all my fears of living with these scars as souvenirs. They say that time is a healer, that it polishes the bone until you can't remember why you're standing here alone. But I don't want the healing if it washes out the stain. I'd rather have the memory than be hollowed of the pain. Let the edges stay sharp, let the shadows stay deep. These are the only promises I ever gotta keep. So I'll keep the broken watch and the sweater with the tear, and the way my heart still stutters when I think I feel you near. I'm not healing, I'm just documenting the years, collecting all my scars as souvenirs. I see him standing where I used to stand, holding the world right in the palm of his hand. He sees a smile, but he don't see the cracks. He's got the future, I've just got the flashback. Think he found a diamond clear and bright. He didn't see the way you shattered in the night. He's reading the cover. I've memorized the lines you see in the sun, while I'm tracing the signs. He doesn't know the way you taste when you're crying. He doesn't know the silence when the love is slowly dying. He thinks he's got your heart, but I still keep the key to the broken parts you never let him see. He's dancing in the light of a fire I used to stoke, but he doesn't know the taste of the ash and the smoke. He's buying you roses, I know you hate the smell. He's ringing the heaven I've lived in the hell. When you look in his eyes, do you see my ghost? The version of us that you needed the most. He's just a bandage on a wound that's still deep, while I'm the secret that you're destined to keep. Does he know how to hold you when the nightmares start? Can he navigate the labyrinth of your heavy heart? He's just a placeholder, a shadow in the hall, waiting for the moment that you finally let him fall. He doesn't know the way you taste when you're crying. He doesn't know the silence when the love is slowly dying. He thinks he's got your heart, but I still keep the key to the broken parts you never let him see. He's dancing in the light of a fire I used to stoke, but he doesn't know the taste of the ash and the smoke. He doesn't know you, not like I do. He's just holding a heart that still belongs to me. Poor guy, he doesn't know. Handed you the keys to a room no one's seen, a sanctuary built on the maybe in between. I pulled back the velvet, I showed you the scars. I gave you a seat right among all my stars, but you treated my spirit like a temporary stay, just a rest on the road while you went on your way. I was an ocean, you were just dipping your toes. Now I'm the thorn while you're holding the rope. I gave you my heart and you let it go cold, like a story that's boring before it's been told. I gave you the rhythm, I gave you the deep, the secrets and promises I swore I would keep. Now I'm standing in pieces, a soul pulled apart, 'cause I gave you my world when I gave you my heart. I'm tracing the outlines of where we once sat, wondering how forever could fall down so flat. I poured every drop into your empty cup while you were just waiting for the sun to come up, to find a new horizon, a Was I just a shadow that leaned on your wall? I'm shivering now in the wake of your ghost, losing the person who loved you the most. In the dark, I gave you my heart. I gave you my heart. I'm staring at your picture like a glutton for the pain, tracing every feature while I'm standing in the rain. I should've burned the bridge, I should've let the embers die, but I'm still breathing in the smoke of every hollow lie. My friends all say I'm crazy, that I'm better off alone, but my heart is still a dog that's always begging for a bone. You're the poison in the water, yet I'm drinking from the well. You're the only piece of heaven in this lonely kind of hell. And I hate that I love, I hate that I care, I hate that I love you, I hate that I care, I hate that I see your ghost in the empty morning air. I wanna feel nothing, I wanna feel gone. that I can't repay. I hate that I love you more than words could ever say. I hate it, baby. Still checking for a call, still playing our song. I hate that I love you. I woke up and reached for the space on your side. Before I remembered the way that we died, I put out 2 plates and I started the tea. Just a ghost of a habit still living in me. I walked to the corner to buy your favorite bread with a list of the things that you usually said. I was halfway to calling to ask if you're home. Before the cold hit me, I'm standing alone. They told me that time was a steady machine, that it washes the spirit and wipes the slate clean. But the gears must be broken, the clock must be slow, 'cause I'm still holding on when I should let you go. I did everything right, I followed the plan, I burned every letter and stayed off the land where we used to wander when summer was new. I built up a wall just to block out the view. I memorized silence, I practiced the blue. I told my reflection I'm finally through. But I woke up this morning lost in the view, and I realized I forgot to forget about you. I saw a red car that looked just like yours, and I felt my heart rattle behind all these doors. I heard a song playing, a cheap little tune, and suddenly I'm back in that kitchen in June. I've deleted the photos, I've scrubbed every floor, I've changed all the locks on the front and back door. But your sense in the curtains, your laughs in the hall, and I'm still waiting for your shadow to fall. Yeah, I did everything right, I followed the plan, I burned every letter and stayed off the land where we used to wander when summer was new. I built up a wall just to block out the view. I memorized silence, I practiced the blue. I told my reflection I'm finally through. But I Said a place for two, but I'm the only one who said. Funny how a heart can go from full to flat. The rain is drumming rhythms on the window pane, trying to wash away the ink of your sweet name. I'm staring at the door like it's gonna breathe and swing, but the only thing that's moving is the shadow of my ring. I'm a king on a throne made of hollow glass and dust, watching all the gold of our summer turn to rust. Now it's just me and my pain, walking down a dead-end street. Listen to the sound of my heart skip a beat. We're the only ones left in this crowded, lonely room. A portrait of a gardener who forgot to let the bloom. I don't need a friend, I don't need a silver ring. I'm perfectly fine, just me and my pain. My reflection in the mirror looks like someone I don't know, a hollowed out survivor with nowhere left to go. I'm drinking down the memories like a bitter age wine, convincing myself that I'm doing just fine. But the smoke in my lungs is a ghost of your touch. I never knew that loving you could cost me quite this much. It's the only thing that stays when everybody leaves. It's the only thing that breathes when my spirit barely heals. Pain is a lover that won't ever walk away. It's the midnight sun that's turning my world to gray. Just me and my pain. Yeah, we're getting real close now. Just the hurt and the heart don't turn on the lights. Me and my pain. I'm walking through a gallery that only I can see, full of technicolor frames of how we used to be. There's a coffee shop in April, the sugar on your lip. Now I'm just a sinking ghost on a long forgotten ship. I reach out for your shadow, but my fingers meet the earth. The hallway's full of whispers, but there's no one really there. I'm a traveler in a city that's been burned to the ground, searching for a heartbeat, but I never hear a sound. I trap inside the drawer, a map that leads me back to what I can't have anymore. I play the voice notes over just to feel the vibration, a hollow digital ghost of a dead conversation. The sun comes up in colors that I don't recognize, 'cause I'm still looking at the world through your hazel eyes. I trade 1,000 futures for a single yesterday, just to hear you call my name in that quiet certain way. But the clock only moves in a direction I hate, leaving me behind at the starting gate. Yeah, I'm lost in our memories, wandering lost, tracing every end of you, written on the walls. I'm a captive of the was and a stranger to the now, trying to forget the way you broke every vow. It's a beautiful nightmare, a bittersweet sea. I'm lost in our memories and they're drowning me. I see you everywhere, but you're nowhere at all. Lost in the earth, just a memory. I used to be a fortress built of iron and stone, a master of the silence, standing tall on my own. Then you walk through the garden with a look in your eyes, and I pull down the shutters, I drop the disguise. I traded my armor for the touch of your hand, building a kingdom on shifting wasteland. I let the walls crumble, I let the light in. Now I'm shivering cold in this paper thin skin. Oh, love made me weak, you made me so small. I gave you the height just to watch myself fall. I opened the gates and I handed the key to the only one destined to break all of me. Now I'm a ghost in a house with no door, 'cause love made me weak and I can't fight no more. I'm paralyzed here in the sleep of your cold. 100 I miss you, stuck in my throat. You were my oxygen, my gravity too. Now I'm floating in space in a shade of dark blue. The strength that I had is a leaf in the rain, washed out to sea by the weight of this pain. They say that it's brave just to open your soul, but nobody mentions the depth of the hole. When the person you trusted with every soft part leaves a jagged edge hole in the middle of your heart. I'm fragile, I'm breaking, I'm hollowed out. I would know them to break all of me. Now I'm a ghost in a house with no doors. Cause I'm feeling lonely, I can't stand no more. So helpless now, I can't even breathe. I'm so tired of the reaching. Just a shadow on the floor that made me weak. Yeah. The clock is ticking like a hair against the wall, waiting for a ghost or a late night missed call. I'm chasing silver patterns in the dust upon the floor, wishing I could hear your key turning in the door. The city lights are flickering a neon shade of blue, but they don't burn as bright as the memory of you. I'm holding on to gravity, but I'm floating off the edge, tied to every broken vow and every whispered pledge. Now it's just midnight tears on a velvet skin, letting all the darkness and the coldness in. I'm a king of a kingdom made of glass and regret, trying to remember what I'm supposed to forget. Salt on my lips and a hole in my chest. In these midnight tears, I can't find no rest. I poured a glass of wine just to watch the liquid sweat, like the way you move before you turned and walked away. The silence in this kitchen is a symphony of pain, playing out the rhythm of the teardrops and the rain. I memorize the cracks where the ceiling meets the light. Just another casualty of a lonely Saturday night. Is it raining where you are? Are you looking at the same dark sky? Did you find a brand new sun while I'm left here wondering why? I'm drowning in the shadow of everything we were, while the world keeps spinning in a technicolor blur. With these midnight tears on a velvet skin, letting all the darkness and the coldness in. I'm a king of a kingdom made of glass and regret, trying to remember what I'm supposed to forget. Souls on my lips and a hole in my chest. In these midnight tears, I can't find no rest. Oh, it's so quiet now, just the rain and me. Midnight tears, falling down like stardust, again falling for you. I look at the space where we carved out a line. Now it's just edges as sharp as a knife. You talk about timing and needing some air, like our 3 years of magic was barely even there. You're moving so fast, like you're winning a race, while I'm stuck in the static, just memorizing your face. Maybe for you it was just a season of past, but I was building a home, not a house made of glass. Didn't love you in maybes or half-open doors. I gave you the basement, the roof and the floors. I sat in the silence of your darkest of days, while you were just looking for the quickest of ways to get to the exit, to leave me behind, leaving all of my forever in a never kind of bind. It wasn't a phase and it wasn't a blur, it was the truest thing that I ever were. I poured my soul in a cup with a leak, and now I'm too tired and I'm too tired to speak. You're a ghost in the hallway, you're chilling in a bed while I'm living a life that you left here for dead. Gone and tell them it was all just a game. Tell them you barely remember my name, but my love was real. It was blood, it was bone. It was the only light I'd ever truly known. You can rewrite the story, you can say it was thin, but my love was the anchor beneath all your skin. Yeah, it was real. It was real to me. It was real to me. If you try to take that away, no you can't. Even if you've forgotten, even if you're gone, it was real. Final soft bass into the sound of a distant closing door. The king size feels like a desert tonight. A vast expanse of linen under cold fluorescent light. I'm hugging the edge where the mattress meets the air, still leaving space for a body that's no longer there. I count the shadows dancing on the ceiling fan, trying to remember how to be a whole man again. The pillow is a stone, the covers are like lead. There's a war going on inside this unlaid bed. And oh, it's a long way down when I close my eyes, wrestling with the truth and the sweet nothing lies. cold dark ritual I'm going through, learning how to breathe while I'm sleeping without you. I left your side of a lamp on, just in case, a lighthouse for a ship that's been lost in outer space. But the bulb is flickering now, just like my hope. I'm at the frayed end of a very short rope. The silence is ecstatic, it's deafening my ears. I'm drowning in a pool of these midnight years. Is the silence just as loud on this side of town? Just the weight of the sheets ever pull you down? Do you sleep on your left? Do you keep the window closed? Or am I the only one who's feeling this exposed? I'm shivering in a fever of what used to be, while you're probably dreaming of a life without me. I'm going through, learning how to breathe while I'm sleeping without you. Just a ghost in the sheets, so cold, yeah, it's so cold. Sleeping without you. Sleeping without you. The king size, the ghost in the sheets, so cold, yeah, it's so cold. Sleeping without you. There's the ghost in the sheets, so cold, yeah, it's so cold. Sleeping without you. Just the ghost. King size feels like a desert tonight. The TV's flickering, white noise against the wall. I'm waiting for a sound, even a shadow's footfall. But the air is heavy like a curtain made of stone. I never knew the quiet could feel so much like alone. I used to complain about the way you'd always hum. Now the absence of your melody has left me feeling numb. My heartbeat is a drum in an empty cathedral hall, and every breath I take just echoes off the wall. Peaceful house is feeling like a silent kind of hell. I dropped a glass of water just to hear the rhythm break, to feel a jagged edge for my sanity's sake. The clock on the mantle is mocking every beat, while I'm paralyzed by memories playing on repeat. The tea is getting cold, the steam has ceased to rise. Your eyes say something, yeah, let me tell me that you're gone. Just give me any friction, I can lead my spirit on. This stillness is a vacuum, it's stealing all my breath. This quiet conversation feels a lot like death. This peaceful house is feeling like a silent kind of hell. It's too quiet. Can you hear me? Just the ghost of a whisper. The silence. It's deafening. The battery is dying, but I'm glued to the glow. watching for the bubbles that never seem to show. I've scrolled back to January, back to when we were gold, reading through the promises that turned so bitter cold. Every time the screen lights up, my heart begins to race, but it's just a notification that can't ever take your place. The online status is a dagger in my side, nowhere for my dignity or my broken heart to hide. I'm just waiting for your text in the dead of the night, a ghost in the glow of a cellular light. I'm refreshing the silence, I'm chasing the wind, wondering where your love ends and my grief begins. It's a digital desert and I'm dying of thirst, waiting for the message that only makes it hurt. Typed out 1,000 things I'll never actually say. I miss you, I hate you, please don't stay away. I backspace the honesty until the box is bare, sending out my longing to the empty static air. The blue light is a bruise that's deepening on my skin, waiting for a conversation I know I'll never win. Are you typing and deleting? Are you staring at my name? Or am I just a contact in a world that's not the same? I'm a prisoner of a signal that's never coming through, drowning in the dead of a life I shared with you. Low battery, still watching for you. Just a deliver with no red. Midnight. The battery still watching for you, just a delivered with no red. Midnight. but the roads have all disappeared. I'm standing in the center of the wreckage that I feared. The sky used to be blue, now it's a bruising heavy valley. I'm a passenger on a plane that's lost its only pilot. You didn't just walk out the door and leave me in the dark. You took the oxygen away and kept the only spark. The stars are falling down like glass upon the street. The ground is giving way beneath my shaking feet. You didn't just break my heart, baby, you broke my world. Left the flags of every dream we had forever felt. I'm wandering through ruins of a life I used to know, where the flowers used to bloom. Now nothing's gonna grow. It's a catastrophic silence, a flag that's been unfurled. Oh, you didn't just leave, you went and broke my world. The grocery store is different, the colors have all gone pale. I'm a ghost in a suit of armor that's starting to feel like mail. I see our favorite bench and it's split right down the middle. Life's a complicated song and I've forgotten the fiddle. I'm trying to rebuild the walls, but the bricks are made of sand. I'm a king without a kingdom, a man without a land. Was it worth the demolition just to see the smoke? Was our love just a punchline to a cruel and twisted joke? Now I'm breathing in the dust of everything we built, drowning in the ocean of your cold and quiet guilt. You didn't just break my heart, baby, you broke my world. Left the flags of every dream we had forever furled. I'm wandering through ruins of a life I used to know, where the flowers used to bloom. Now nothing's gonna grow. It's a catastrophic silence, a flag that's been unfurled. Oh, you didn't just leave, you went and broke my world. Everything's in pieces, I can't find the sun anymore. Just the rubble and the